Indeed, thanks very much, Sakina. We're just going to wrap up this conversation. Now, just to remind you, Lindiwe Sisulu, the Minister of Human Settlements, Water and Sanitation, has appointed Menzi, Simelane and Shaik as special advisors to her office. This, of course, is regarded as a very controversial appointment following the appointment of Bathabile Dlamini, former Minister of Social Development, as the chairperson of the Social Housing Regulatory Authority Interim Board to be in charge of a housing project worth R1 billion. So in studio, we have got the spokesperson for the department, Makhosini Mgitywa, to talk to us about some of these issues that have been raised. So thanks again for staying with us.
Thank you.
So we obviously don't just have a look at the water department because of controversial decisions that have come through. I mean, this is something that we follow as a matter of urgency, and people are very, very concerned. Now, money is a big problem in South Africa at the moment. We know this. We're seeing very little growth in the country. We are seeing retrenchments in every direction we look, and we look at a lot of wastage when it comes to money. Are you able to disclose how much these individuals are going to be earning in these special advisory positions?
No, the contract between an employer and employee is a confidential one. But if you seriously wanted to know, it would be easy to get a sense of what a special advisor would be earning. You know, you mentioned the fact that you'd want to talk about issues that affect the water and sanitation department. For instance, let me make an example. Tomorrow, the minister is going to be visiting the program or the project to revitalize or to rehabilitate the Vaal river system, and would invite the media to be there. These are the things that we are saying that the people of South Africa are concerned about. That, for instance, in those areas there are places where sewage is just seeping through, and there's a serious problem. The people that the minister has put around her are people that are supposed to help her overcome those problems. The minister inherited a department which has been said by the Auditor General to be bankrupt. And if it was a private company, it would have been under business rescue. The minister needs to surround herself with people who are going to help her, unravel all those issues. And our view is that if you problematize each and every appointment she makes, you are going to be chasing away talent that she needs to help her. Because talent, like capital, is a coward. Where there are reputational issues, people would not want to work there. And this is the minister who's been given quite a very difficult hand of combining two departments, human settlements and water and sanitation. And the water and sanitation department is bankrupt, and many people say it is dysfunctional. So we see what is happening as being problematic in that each and every solution that she brings. For instance, let me make an example with the National Rapid Response Task Team. If you look at the situation in the country, you are in the news, you know better than me, but I haven't seen in a very long time, bar a few incidences, I haven't seen in a long time where there are service delivery protests. And that was because this minister, or service delivery protests, related to human settlements, water and sanitation. That is because this minister has put together a National Rapid Response Task Team, which she's able to deploy to areas where there are problems, and they're able to report back to her, and solutions we are able to find them. And so whatever it is that she does that is about making a change in the department, because the president did not appoint Minister Sisulu to allow the status quo to continue. She's shaking the table and she's changing things, and you can expect that there's a fight back as a result of that.
Shaking the table and changing things would be bringing in new people. Shaking the table and changing things would be getting rid of the old guard. Shaking the table and changing things would mean that those people that are implicated in any form of state capture would not even be there. They would not even be in question for a job. You would look away from that and you would say, clean slate, clean start, let's do this. Let's hire qualified people that are able to do this job. Why must we even be considering people that are sitting at state capture inquiries? That to be honest with you, I mean, if we look at different things, I mean, we look at Menzi Simelane's appointment at the NPA. This was nullified by a court. Why would you want to bring such tainted individuals into the department?
Again, it goes back, Leanne, it goes back to what I said earlier, which is that Menzi Simelane has been with the ministry since 2013, with this minister since 2013. There hasn't been any issues around him, right? Shaik is assisting the State Capture Commission. It is how it has been framed by the DA that has made this news, so that I can come here and talk about it and not talk about the draft.
This case went to the Constitutional Court.
Yes, that was...
this is not the DA
yes,
talking.
But
he was not a fit and proper person to be an advocate. That's what the Constitutional Court said.
Related to his position
Yeah.
as the National Director of Public Prosecutions. As the legal advisor, there is nothing that stops him legally, morally, ethically. Nothing stops him from being in the ministry and assisting the minister on legal issues.
Okay. I want to talk about what's happening right now. Malutia Pafong, there is a service delivery protest happening this very second as we sit having this interview, arguing about appointments, as you said. I mean, why are we focusing on that when we should be looking at what the department is doing? So let's focus on what the department isn't doing. What's happening there?
Well, I don't know. I'm just hearing it for the first time. I don't know what the service delivery protest is about. It could very well be...
Service delivery, lack of that.
Yes, but I'm saying service delivery is not the domain of Lindiwe Sisulu exclusively. There are other ministers as well. We don't know what the service delivery protest is about.
This has been going on. This is, please,
sure.
if you don't mind,
Yeah.
This has not just started this morning. This has been going on for a very, very long time. And you're telling me you're unaware of it. So how can you sit here and tell me that you're actually concerned about service delivery and people and not worried about these appointments when this is a service delivery protest about water and sanitation and you have no clue about it?
No. Leanne, I think you're being, unfair to me now. You have said to me that as we sit this second, there is a service delivery protest.
Which has been ongoing.
Yes. What I'm saying to you is I do not know whether it has got to do with water and sanitation, human settlements, the things that Minister Sisulu is responsible for. If you say that is what it is about,
it is, and
then
it has been
usually,
for years.
Yes, I am the spokesperson for the ministry. A ministry that has got that provides a department that has interests everywhere in the country. I cannot know what is happening everywhere, but where I will you say there are service delivery protests, I'll find information about it. I'll come back here anytime and talk about that. What you invited me here to talk about was to talk about appointments which have been flagged by the Democratic Alliance. And I'm seeing this pattern on the part of the Democratic Alliance. When the minister was about to go to Kimberley last week or 2 weeks ago to have that province declared a disaster area, the DA went there 2 days before. And they spoke about a political campaign that the minister is supposed to be running. And again, other media followed that. And fortunately, the SABC did not follow that. What I'm saying to you is, there is a tendency that we see that whenever this minister is doing something to solve the problems, there is no doubt, you know yourself, that the department that she inherited of water and sanitation is a department with many problems. And she's solving those problems. She launched a master plan, for instance, last year in November. That master plan, which is about the sector, which says, what are we going to be doing so that we take South Africa from the situation that is in and indeed disaster-proof the country? Because water has become a very scarce resource in South Africa. We are the 30th driest country in the world. And one of the things that we are not talking about that I really would want to come here and talk about is the fact that South Africans are wasting water. The international average in the world is 160 litres per person per day. In South Africa is hovering above 200, in some instances above 300, which means there needs to be public education between us as the department and the ministry, working together with you as the media. And those are the things that I would like, that this department, these are things that our agenda that we would like to be to be talking about.
Okay, and rightly so, but we also have the right to ask the right questions for South Africans.
Yes, and I answer them.
And we'll have to leave it there, but please, go and have a look at what's happening at that municipality. It is not new. Yes. This has been going on for years, and you cannot tell me you don't know about it. But we'll leave it there because I do understand we have time constraints, and you have answered the best of your ability. Thanks. Makhosini Mgitywa, who is the Department of Human Settlements and Water and Sanitation spokesperson, talking to us about the appointments of Menzi Simelane, Shaik, as special advisors to the office of Minister Lindiwe Sisulu, and other issues. Let's take a break.